There are some huge contradictions that exist in the world of marketing that we have to overcome these contradictions in order to be able to make a sale. Let me show you a few of these. So here's the first one. You really need my product. That's how we feel. But they feel, hey, until you get to the point where they feel that they need your product, the fact that you know that they need your product doesn't do any good at all. So many of us are in a situation where we're feeling like, hey, they really need my product, but we can't seem to be able to convince them that they need our product. You have to overcome that contradiction if you want to be able to make the sale. They have to recognize that they need your product in order to buy. All right, here's the second one. This is from their point of view. I can do this. In other words, this is easy. I can do this. The contradiction to that is, hey, this is hard enough that you need my help in order to be able to do it. So they need to feel it's hard enough that I need to pay for help. There's a contradiction. You have to make it so that they're convinced that they can do it. It's easy enough for them to do it, yet at the same time, have them recognize that they really need help to be able to do it well. Here's the third one. Hey, I can learn how to do all that for free. Versus, hey, I'm willing to pay you to show me how. Three key contradictions that exist in this world of marketing. So what this comes down to, how do we solve this? It all comes down to what I call the marketing tightrope. That rope that we have to carefully step across. And then at any point while we're on that marketing tightrope, if we take a misstep, if we don't do it quite right, we could plunge off it to our utter destruction. And so life can be really tough if you don't figure out how to walk that tightrope well. All right, so how do you go about learning how and figuring out how to overcome all those contradictions and walk that tightrope without ever once taking a misstep? And by the way, one of the biggest missteps you can make in walking that tightrope is lack of confidence. So if you've got concerns, fear, as you walk that tightrope, it's so much harder to walk it confidently. So how do we overcome all these? Now, first off, I want to tell you, it's really not difficult. This is not rocket science, but it's not intuitive. Unfortunately, so I've always believed that marketing is two things. It's applied common sense and it's applied psychology. The problem is both of those are not necessarily intuitive. Intuitively, if your product's not selling, what's the solution? Decrease the price, which is oftentimes exactly the wrong thing to do. So what is the right thing to do? Not necessarily in terms of reducing price, but how do we go about doing this? I personally believe that every one of us at some point in the process of becoming a great marketer, we need someone to help us in this process. Someone who can model how that is done. And so that you can actually see it being done and want to do it. Someone who can teach you how to do these things. Someone who can lovingly yet adequately correct and refine what you are doing. One of the things that I have found is I've looked at marketing, literally thousands of different marketing efforts during every single year, and coach and consult and help people on those, is I realize almost everyone has room for improvement. And so you need someone to be able and willing to do that. And my suggestion is that the solution to do that is not to go out and follow everybody out there, because very quickly you get contradictory indications. I suggest that you need your person, your guy, your woman, whatever that is. You need your person that you're going to be like in their camp. You're going to be listening primarily to them and doing the things that they're helping you to understand. Ideally, that person is highly experienced. And when I say highly experienced, I don't mean they had one home run that knocked it out of the park. I'm looking for somebody who's been to bat 10,000 times in major league games. I'm looking for somebody who's been there year after year after year and shown consistent results over the years. And they've had those results across many different situations so that they can be able to help you in those individual situations. Now, those people have to be a good teacher. If they can't explain it in a way that you understand, they've failed. It needs to be somebody that you're comfortable with. You have to be comfortable with their ethics, their ability to communicate with you. Ideally, I'd like you to choose somebody that you'd really enjoy just going out to dinner with, or maybe going on vacation with, or something like that. Somebody that you are comfortable with. I recommend that you actively go through the process of looking at and choosing that person. And then make a commitment. You know, you may need to pay them to coach you. You may need to get into their high-end coaching program. You may need to hire them as a consultant. You may need to, whatever. Make a commitment to them that actually causes something to come out of your pocket to do that. And then work with them in that. Be totally committed. So not only something came out of your pocket, but something comes out of your attention and your resources and your time as you do that. And then in the process of doing this, I strongly suggest you basically ignore the others so that you don't get contradictory advice, so you don't get in this, hey, I'm going to buy one of everybody out there and see which one I like, because as soon as you do that, you do none of them well. That's my recommendation. Find your person, somebody that you can really gain from, and then make a commitment to them and make a commitment with them and go forward with them so that you can start to learn how to walk that marketing tightrope and learn those things very particular to you and your needs so that you can become the amazing marketer that I know that you've got down inside you. So that's my thought. I'd love to be that person for you if you're a person who fits with me. Let me know if you've got any interest. This is Don Crowther saying, just go do this stuff.